So what we need to do now is glue this stuff actually on our ejector seat. So what we've got here is our first piece that kind of needs to go on first. Now as always, I'm just getting out, I'm going to get a fresh cocktail stick, because sometimes you get like glue building up so much on the cocktail sticks that you lose your point. I suppose you could get out a blade if you wanted to. Right, and it's ever so carefully, right, what we want to do is get a bit of our super glue on the end of our cocktail stick, and as you can see, I've just lightly positioned it, but then I'm just going to get a bit of our super glue just on the underside of our photo etch, being careful not to get it anywhere else. And then I'm turning the cocktail stick around, right, and then what I want to do is try and position it. Right, I'm going to sort of try and bend it and upwards, and then just push it down. Right, and there we go. That now has got that nicely glued on the side there. Right, and then basically we do the same the other side. So there we go, that's nicely glued in. Then we bring in our big piece of photo etch seat belt, right? A little bit tricky on how you glue this down, but what I have found is that we want to start, right, with a little bit of super glue. Let's get a bit of super glue. I don't mind actually using my piece of photo etch and just kind of running it a little bit actually in the photo etch like that. And what I'm going to do here is actually glue it to this point just here. Alright, and we're going to make sure this nicely glues in. Right, before I let go. It is quite tempting to sort of maybe move, like I've just done there. Alright, but we need to just get that pressed down and wait for that to glue. And that's just nicely now locked in place, and you can probably hopefully see that I've just glued it right there, that position there. Then, you know, this is kind of like the tricky bit. We sort of then, I mean, we can then just sort of try and lay this down, right, in a sort of a nice position. Hopefully we've got enough super glue on there that it will hold in position. Right, but it is again tricky, right, because I'm trying not to put too much pressure on where we've just glued it so we don't break it. Right, and I'm just trying to bend, just slightly bend these just out the way temporarily. We can bend these a few times, we can bend it back. Now we need to sort of glue the opposite side on as well, right, but our top piece that we have here needs to be glued in the center just there. So what I'm going to do here is again come in with some super glue and very carefully, I don't know how well you're picking this up, but just gonna go on the back and sort of run it at the back just there. Right, and then I want to sort of get this nicely center onto our back piece just there, and hopefully that will glue in place. I find it's better, I've got a bit of super glue on the end of there. I find it's better that we do the left, the center, and then do the right, rather than going off and doing the left, right, and then try and glue the center in. Alright, and once that's dried, I'm going to do the right side, this bit just there, and get that side in, and then we can start positioning it. Right then, so now we've got our point here glued in, our center point glued, and then our right side glued. Right, we can now start positioning these bits of photo etch, which I've started doing on our opposite side. It's basically kind of just pressing them down. Right, now we've got this buckle, it seems to have flipped up, so I just want to carefully try, there we go, flip that little buckle back down. Right, and just kind of like just press it down and sort of get it to kind of crease into a natural position like this piece here, we can just press this down and get that little crease in the bottom. Right, and that's sort of basically there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some super glue again on my cocktail stick, and I'm just going to run it along the back. Now when I run it along the back, I kind of like turn the cocktail stick just to get like a nice little quick film of super glue on there, and then really we should be able to just sort of now press this down and maybe just kind of roll up it a little bit, and we should. Okay, I think we need some more super glue. Just going to get some, because it does dry pretty quick. By the way, with the super glue, I'll just put it on like any sort of pot, anything scrap that you can just pour a bit of super glue out on, right? But it does dry up pretty sort of quick. So just getting the super glue on the end of our cocktail stick, running it along the back here, and we'll turn it around and just place that back down. Hold it for a few seconds. I'm just rolling it just to make sure we press it down, and there we go. That now is nicely down. I'll just press it a bit more in that corner just to really sort of get a sort of crease on the end, and then hopefully, as you can see there, we've got some nice seat belts in place. Just do the same the opposite side. There is also some little side bits as well, pretty much the same sort of thing, right? There is this little piece as well. The instructions say to kind of put this piece on pretty sort of pronto, but in all honesty, right, it is a little bit more easier to put it on sort of a little bit at the end, which I've sort of found. I can just get it on some tweezers. Right, and basically what this is we will glue it just on the top there at the bottom, and then this tiny little sort of bit at the top goes on the top just there. So just show you on the one that I've done, hopefully you can sort of see that it's in place, glued there. It runs up here around the back, and that tiny little bit, just glue that down on where I think this is the ejection part that you pull, right, and then that gets that in place, and hopefully that's the main sort of complicated side of the seat belt. Hopefully that'll sort of guide you through a little bit better, because the instructions are pretty bad, and that should get you enough information to be able to now put all the other last little kind of seat belt bits in there, which is easier than the big one that I've just shown you. So in the spraying stage now, we've just done some simple priming. I'm not going to show you how to do priming now, it's kind of basic sort of stuff, but hopefully what you can see now is, you know, all that photo etch has nicely been sprayed over, and it kind of starts to kind of come to life a little bit, just seeing that spray work on. Now what I used is, I do recommend using some sort of polymer, polyurethane type primer. They do have a really good finish. I've used, in this case, we have Ammo's surface primer, which is a polymer based primer, water based. You know, Vallejo does one, AK does one, loads of people do them, but I do tend to find that, you know, you buy them first off and they work absolutely excellent, you know, first time out of the bottle, but give it a bit of time, they start to dry up a little bit, they get a little bit bitty, and that can be a little bit problematic to spray through the airbrush. So as a little tip, I do like to go off and use something like this, the Mr. Colour or Mr. Hobby leveling thinners, or you can use their normal thinners as well, because it's like a lacquer based type thinners. It sort of, I don't know, just helps sort of break it down a little bit better and spray through the airbrush that bit nicer, because you will find that your needle starts to dry up on the end if you just use normal sort of thinners, i.e., you know, I mean, we have Ammo's thinners here, and the same goes with Vallejo and AK and all that stuff, so it's a good paint to use. Just use something like a lacquer based thinners. Next up as well, just to sort of show you what I've been doing, we have all our instrument display panels. I just kind of just stuck them down on some masking tape just to sort of hold them into place while I sprayed them. You know, some basic stuff, you know, drilling holes in the bottom of of like the resin seat belts just to hold them. Some of the stuff I have left on the fret just here and sprayed them also with the primer. What I've left on the fret is what I'm going to do at the end, right? I mean, what we have here is all sorts of, you know, canopy bits that are going to go on, mirrors and lots of tiny little bits that are just going to be so easy just to break off, snap and all this kind of stuff. So I'm quite happy just to leave this kind of stuff right to the absolute end. You know, we've sprayed the whole model and everything, put a final matte coat, right? Once we've got all the canopy all sprayed up, it's sort of like last thing we can do is just start gluing these little bits on. I just find it's a little bit easier because a lot of these things do just kind of snap off, come off, and you're constantly repairing them. Same with our little joystick here. I am going to spray it up, but I'm not going to actually put it into the cockpit. Leave that right to the end, because every single time I put a resin joystick in there, it snaps every single time. Now what we've also got just here, if we move all these out the way, is our little bit of what's sort of like a bit of sort of plastic, and it's got all our lovely dial detail on there, which is going to look amazing. What we want to do is make sure it's backwards. Best way to do that is, you know, here we have the name, just make sure that the writing is backwards, and that's the side we're going to spray on. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of masking tape, right, because we do have our sort of heads up display just there. We don't want to be spraying that, so I am now going to cover that with a little bit of masking tape, so that should sort that out. Getting out a quick kitchen paper towel so we can spray it on, and what we want to do is spray white, right, so we can bring those dials out even more, because the dials are white but at the moment they're just see-through, right? So getting out a nice quick bit of Vallejo white 71001. I'm going to throw this in there because, as always, Vallejo, you know, you're doing a little bit of spraying, right? It's okay. They're thin enough for you to spray for a bit. Over time, you'll start clogging up your airbrush. But a little piece like this, nice and easy, we can just spray on this and just nicely get the white down real quick. Good coverage, nice and easy. Right, but then what I will do, right, is once I've kind of put about 2 or 3 coats on here and got this nicely built up, I'll go off and probably maybe sort of spray black on top, so you've got white coming through the dials but you put black on top to sort of you know, it sort of acts as a primer. We're sort of going backwards because it's see-through. We're actually putting the colour on first, then basically the primer on the back, right? So we're putting the primer on last. It's a bit backwards, but it's just the way it works with that.